Half Horse Tarot. I am here with your mid-month update for the month of August 2018. Before we get started, I do just want to say that you guys are my last reading for this particular set of readings. So if you're watching this and the reading's just not resonating with you, or if you want a little bit more information about your particular situation, do make sure to check out your readings for your moon and your rising signs. All of those will be up. Additionally, I have posted all of the readings for every sign for the August monthly readings. They're a little bit longer and more detailed. So again, if this doesn't resonate with you, do make sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising sign readings for the August monthly videos. So with that all being said, I will go ahead and get started on your reading. I interpret this spread a little bit like a 5-card Lenormand spread, if you guys are familiar with that style of reading. Starting with your central card, for the next couple of weeks, you guys have the High Priestess in the upright. I really like this card. I like the energy that's associated with it. I like the colors. I like the depiction of it. The High Priestess in the Fool's journey, when the Fool takes off on his path to enlightenment and going down this whole major life cycle, he gets to the High Priestess and she doesn't really give him the answers that he's looking for. She knows all there is to know. You know, she's like the keeper of knowledge. She's extremely intelligent and resourceful, but she wants him to kind of figure things out for himself. So she's kind of all about intuition, secrets. She's not exactly forthcoming with information or with knowledge, but it's not like that information or knowledge isn't attainable. So centrally for you guys for the next couple of weeks, you're really being asked to go within, you know, open yourselves up, especially kind of on a spiritual level, to receive signs, symbols, and messages that might give you some more clarity regarding a situation that, you know, might be on your mind and might be weighing on you. So there also might be secrets and things that have not been revealed to you, and some of that may come out within the next couple of weeks. There's not really anything hard-hitting in terms of truth coming out and anything like that, but that's just something to be aware of, that there are forces at work and things going on that you are not privy to or cognizant of. And just to keep that in mind when it comes to making decisions or even just your own mental state. For instance, not getting all wrapped up in a situation or torturing yourselves just because you don't know everything about that particular situation. There are things going on that may actually be going in your favor. So do just keep that in mind, especially if there is something that's been weighing on you and kind of unsettling you. Because we do have the Temperance card here. It is in the reverse. This could be a fire sign. Most likely this card is associated with Sagittarius. So if Sagittarius is relevant to you, you could potentially be married or in a relationship or a live-in situation with this individual, because when I mirror the card, it comes over here to the Four of Wands in reverse. So this could be somebody that you've been in a relationship with for a while, and especially if you guys have like a shared home together, this could be relevant. So Sagittarius, again, if that makes sense to you guys. If not, you know, Temperance is all about balance. Like if you look at her in the upright, she has the cup of water and the cup of fire, and there's this element of alchemy going on where these two opposite elements come together in a way that is harmonious. Temperance is also about moderation, not doing things in excess, being patient. And with the card being in the reverse, some of you guys may be perhaps feeling a little bit unbalanced. You may feel like things are a little off. Maybe even like on kind of like a mental level, just chemically, things aren't really syncing up. Maybe you're kind of I don't want to say torturing yourselves mentally, but just might be going through a bit of anxiety about something. Things just seem a little disharmonious. And I think that might have been going on for a little while. It could potentially, for a very, very, very small portion of you, potentially symbolize some sort of breakup, like two people, instead of coming together and kind of being one cohesive unit, are just not clicking. And so you guys kind of separate and go your own ways, with that being in the reverse and also being kind of clarified by the Four of Wands in reverse, which can symbolize, in some cases, the dissolution of a marriage, or like a long-term live-in situation or relationship. So that's probably going to be relevant to just a handful of people, but it's just something to keep in mind if it makes sense to you. But yeah, I mean, when I look at the card, the energy to me feels a little chaotic. Like, it's hard for me to even express to you guys what it is that I'm trying to say. So maybe that's something that you might be going through. You might be having a hard time keeping yourselves, your emotions in balance. Even on a physical level, things may be a little bit imbalanced, even in terms of your diet. It could be something like that. So again, it's hard for me to even form a cohesive thought around this energy. So maybe on like a mental level, that's what you guys have been going through. And right next to the Temperance card, you guys have the Hanging Man. This can be a person, it can be a Pisces. This card represents Pisces. But I do think that this is most likely going to be your energy. With it being in the upright, the story behind the Hanging Man is about, it's a kind of like paying homage to the Norse myth about Odin, who goes to the tree of knowledge, or the tree of life, and he wants to gain the knowledge of the runes. And so he willingly kind of hangs himself upside down from the tree until he gains the enlightenment that he seeks. So that's kind of what the Hanging Man is all about, kind of taking yourselves out of the equation, taking a moment to really just go within, calm yourselves down, and gather your thoughts. Look at a situation from a different perspective so that you can try to see something in a new way, learn more facts, become more knowledgeable regarding whatever this situation is. You know, you are seeking that enlightenment. And especially with this card being next to the High Priestess, there's definitely this element of intuition. I think that some of you guys, you might even get some sort of messages in your dreams, or you might see little synchronicities. Maybe you'll see a certain time over and over again, or you'll hear a certain name over and over again. And if you open yourselves up to receiving these messages, if you take the time to go within and to be introspective, I think that whatever this imbalance is over here, this disharmony, you're going to be able to sort it out. But there's definitely a need to break away from whatever may be causing you some stress and anxiety, and take the time out really to go within and do this soul searching. So I don't necessarily know what this situation may be for you guys. It could be anything, whatever has been kind of weighing heavily on you, and something that you may be uncertain about. You know, if there is a decision that you have to make, and it's just been weighing on you or causing you stress, then I think that that's going to be the particular situation you need to apply to this reading. For some of you guys, it could be, you know, a situation, like I said, at home. So if you're married, it could be regarding your marriage. It doesn't mean that everybody's going to get divorced or you're all going to break up. If that's the case, because that's going to happen for some people, that's just life, you're going to know, because whatever problems have been going on have been long-standing. You know, these problems don't just pop up overnight. For others of you, maybe things are just going through like a little bit of a rough patch. Maybe you and your partner aren't seeing eye to eye. You don't really have that harmony that you would see in the Temperance and the Upright. It's not the ruination of your marriage or your relationship. You know, you're not just going to go ahead and head to the courts and call things quits, but it just may be something to focus on for these next couple of weeks, really trying to restore that balance. And maybe both of you guys need to take the time out to collect your thoughts and to really think this relationship and this situation through and decide how you guys want to move forward and what's the best way that you can work things out. So that might make sense to some of you guys on a relationship level, but it could be anything. So you guys do also have the King of Pentacles here in the upright. This could be a person, maybe your partner. They would likely be an earth sign, male or female, sun, moon, or rising, and the earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So if not, this guy is, the King of Pentacles is all about stability, material wealth. This guy is definitely successful. He is doing well for himself in the material world. As is the case with earth signs in general, he may be a little bit stubborn. Maybe that's what's causing some of the friction here, but he is in the upright. So if he is a person, I don't think that he is negative. But you might need to do some thinking about this guy, or he might be the one doing this about you. Because when I mirror his card, he comes over here to the Hanging Man. So again, there's that element of needing to be a little bit passive, to take time out to really evaluate something and to consider something. So if you are thinking about this person, you may just need to really reflect on them. If you are with them in a relationship or a business partnership, whatever it may be, really think about whether or not A, you want to continue that partnership, and B, if things are going through a little bit of a rough patch, there might be some instability or disharmony, figuring out how to get things on the right foot again and moving forward. But I do think that this could also be your energy, a manifestation of you guys. And I know you guys are air signs, but with the Pentacles are the slowest suit in the tarot deck. And so the energy here, especially in these three cards, is kind of one of passivity, things not moving at a quick pace. And I think that's what you guys need right now. The time to allow things to play out around you without having to take kind of an active step in the process. You have the Empress as your overall energy. So this could be something regarding your mother, but for the most part, I do think it's going to be about growth and abundance. And, she's a 3, and that's all about growth and development and progress and movement forward. So it may just be that you need to wait for things to reach that stage, to reach that level of growth. And there is kind of a need to be patient. Another thing, I just did Aries reading, and they ended on the 4 of Wands in reverse too. And I told them that this card can also be about liberation. So, in the upright, it's all about stability and celebration and a happy home or weddings or whatever. And in the reverse, some people see it purely as like the dissolution of that, things falling apart. But sometimes, things need to fall apart for them to come together. And when those walls kind of come down, there is this sense of liberating yourselves and being able to see things from a new perspective, to gain some new sort of insider knowledge. And that will allow you to move forward in a more positive and knowledgeable and intelligent way. So I do think that there is kind of this need to eventually break free. These cards are all kind of passive, not really moving forward. But by the end, maybe by the end of the month for some of you guys, there is a little bit of freedom. Maybe you guys have done all of the contemplation that you need to do, and now you're ready to move forward. We don't quite know what steps those are going to be, because that's kind of your ending point for the next couple of weeks. But some of you guys might come out of that stagnation and that passivity and take a more active stance toward whatever you're going through. I have a Lenormand card here to give us a little bit more information about what this could be regarding. And you guys got the birds. The birds can symbolize different things, and you kind of have to go off the depiction of the card. So a lot of times they can symbolize a partnership, like a relationship or a work partnership, even a friendship between, you know, two people. And you have these two people here on the birds flying together. So again, I've mentioned a couple of things about relationships, maybe having to, if things aren't going so well right now, having to take some time to think things through, talk things through with your partner, figure out how you guys want to move forward, what you need to do to work on your relationship issues. For some of you, again, probably a very small minority, it might even be the breakup of a relationship, you know, the dissolution of a marriage. It'll play out differently for different people. But the birds can also represent a lot of stress and anxiety, mostly in other cards where there are more than two birds, but it may be relevant to some of you guys. Like I said, you have that temperance in reverse kind of energy, which to me is a little bit about that kind of imbalance, that disharmony. Maybe there is some sort of stress or anxiety that's keeping you from being able to be balanced. You know, maybe you're overindulging in something. It can play out differently for different people, but there is that kind of anxious energy that you guys may be dealing with, and that's why it is going to be crucial for those of you to whom that applies to really embrace the energies here in the Hanging Man and the High Priestess, and take that time out to go within and just kind of silence everything around you. Because when you go within, you're going to gain that kind of clarity and that introspection and that perspective that you need to begin to move forward, to make proper decisions, and to figure out the right path for you, or to move down the path that you are currently on in a more confident manner. Because overall, you guys have this card of growth and abundance and just a lot of positive energy that's overshadowing this whole reading. So I'm not sure what the imbalance or the disharmony is, but you guys are going to know what that is. And if you do take that time to kind of go within yourselves, you're going to figure out how to set things right, how to flip these cards here kind of in the upright to where you get that stability and that harmony going for you guys again. So it's not negative by any means. There's just kind of that need to focus on you. This is less about other people or material things and more about you on a spiritual and mental, psychological level, just making sure that you are confident and aware and open, and, you know, willing to receive knowledge and perspective. So in that way, you guys kind of have the most metaphorical reading that I've probably done for the month. So I do hope that this resonated with some of you guys. If it didn't, again, make sure to check out your moon sign and rising signs for the mid-month readings and your sun, moon, and rising signs for the August monthly readings. If you liked the video, I definitely would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The more traction that the videos get, the more readings I can do for you guys. I am considering doing love and relationship readings and also possibly shorter weekly readings for you all. So if there is a demand for those, I can start working on putting those together and devote more time to the channel. And I do just want to take a minute to thank all of you guys who have already watched the videos, given them thumbs ups, shared, commented, and subscribed to my channel. It's definitely greatly appreciated as I'm just starting to, you know, really get this channel going and trying to get it off the ground. So thank you guys for that, and thank you for tuning in to this reading. I will see you guys in a couple of weeks with your monthly readings for September.